think it's time to show you my grocery haul. And part of it I filmed in the grocery store. I tried to be like undercover a little bit. I'm just not that person. I'm not the person to go around being like, I'm filming in public and stuff. But I discreetly, filmed some things from my purse in my cart. So that way, I'm not bothering other people and I don't look weird while I'm doing that stuff. All right, but I do want to show you what I did buy, and some of the reasoning why I bought some of the things, and how I meal plan and prep. Now, a lot of this is going to have caveats to it because it's summertime, and I'm kind of quote unquote on vacation from my 9 to 5 as a K-12 educator. But I mean, I still teach, I still tutor over the summer, I go to workshops, there's things I do, okay? So it's not like I'm not doing anything. And I do want people to know that as I go through my, I guess, grocery haul as a middle-aged biohacker. All right. So I am doing experiments also. So I continuously do what I call them 30-day experiments. Sometimes they could be longer, sometimes they could be shorter, depending on what it is I'm trying out. So before the school year ended, I wanted to do a detox. I usually do a detox just because, you get in, you get, that is a stress time right before school. You're doing grades, you're doing all the stuff, you're doing the last minute things. You're on a time frame, so you really got to be on top of the time frame, and that can be stressful. And then sometimes your diet falls off. Let's just be honest. So, and then there's the treats and the gifts that the students give you. Like, how you gonna say no to, like, if your little one is giving you a bag of Doritos and they think that that's a love gift, and it's like, okay, and then they're looking at you with their big eyes. They want you to eat those chips, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess. So I tend to practice 80-20, and that just means 80% of the time I'm eating clean, or 90 if I can get away with it. So it's in times where I can really control what I'm eating, I control what I'm eating. I'm eating clean, okay? So that when I do run into that time where you go to a party or you go to an event or somebody gives you a gift of chips or whatever, it's not gonna kill you, okay? So I do 80-20. And a lot of people, they struggle with 80-20. And it's a thing. You got to know when to rein it in, because next thing you know, 80-20 turns into 70-30, 60-40, 50-50, and then you're down, the thing. All right, so my major thing for this experiment for this summer is to eat as seasonally as possible. And that just means the food that is going to be ripe in the summer, right? So last summer, I didn't get a chance to eat any peaches. So this summer, I am eating peaches. And every time, luckily at this particular grocery store, they focus on a lot of health food, regional food, things like that. So I got me some Georgia peaches, and I've been eating those for a few weeks. And I got today 5 peaches, and it cost me about... And I was trying to pay attention. Let me look at the receipt. So I had 5 peaches. I want to say it cost me like, $2? And if you're price checking out there, and that's another thing. Most times people eat saying, oh, it's expensive to eat healthy. It's like, really? Like, think about it this way. If you eat healthy now, you won't have to pay the doctor later. Just saying. You're going to pay it one way or the other. And that's all I got to say to that. So there's that. So the peaches, 5 of them, I tried to make sure I was putting them in. Okay, yeah. So my peaches cost me about $1. Wow. Yeah, because they were like $1.49 a pound. So I got 5 of them, and it cost me like $1. 5 peaches. Okay. Then I also got plums as well. I got 3 of them. They were like, they were marked down. Ooh, I might go back. Yeah, so they look like they were marked down a little bit. So I got 3 plums for $1.64. 3 plums. Okay, that's about like, okay, the first one, $1. Do you know how much a bag of Lay's potato chips is right now? I think they're like $3. $3, and they're not healthy for you. So at least, you know, eat healthy. That's what I'm saying. And then I got my cucumbers. I love my cucumbers, and sometimes I'm trying my best not to eat them out of season, knowing that they are, you know, imported and all this other stuff, but I really like them. But when I notice that they're not looking right, I kind of just like forego that, and I'm just like, no. So last winter, when I, you know, started to see the cucumbers looking kind of funny out there, you know, you could tell. It's like, I don't want to eat them. But right now, they are in season, and I eat them. And the thing is, as I was shopping around, I noticed that it was a woman. She was buying 1 cucumber, and it's probably for her whole entire family. Oh, honey, I buy 3 or 4 or 5 actually, and I eat a whole one a day. One a day. And they only cost 79 cents a piece. Okay. So you get your water and you get your fiber in cucumbers. That's why I love them so much. You can hold them in your hand. And it's kind of funny because I walk around at school with my cucumbers, and they're like, what? It's no different than holding an apple and eating it, walking around, right? So me and my cucumbers. So they know me for that. So the cucumbers, I only got 3 today because I plan on coming back later this week anyway. But I got 3. Sometimes I eat half of them just if I really want to stretch them out. So this summer I've been stretching them out because I'm not as physically active. And I got 3, and altogether they were $2.37. Okay, not bad at all. All right, and then let's see. I got I've also been craving like veg sandwiches. I don't know why. Like I want a tomato, like a totally southern tomato sandwich, right? But I don't eat white bread anymore, so I have to be mindful about the bread that I do eat. So I don't buy, like I said, I literally don't buy loaves of bread because they're just full of toxins and bad stuff. I do eat flatbreads, so that's kind of like a middle ground. They're not the best either, but you know, you gotta pick and choose. And again, I'm back to that 80-20 thing. So it is processed, the flatbreads, but I consider that more on the 20 side. Okay. And this week will probably be the first week that I've actually bought some flatbreads for that reason. To go with my flatbread sandwiches, because I'm gonna make some veggie sandwiches this week. I got the Brussels sprouts. Sorry, not Brussels sprouts. I've been eating Brussels sprouts last week. So alfalfa sprouts for the veggie sandwich. I did get some mayo. You know, you can make your own. I have eggs at home, and I know a lot of people, vegetarians, still eat eggs. Some of them do. I'm trying to debate on, do I want to add eggs to these sandwiches or not, or turn it into an egg salad sandwich? That's a possibility. So there's things you can do, make it flavorful, add your spices, all that kind of stuff. Summertime, you shouldn't be eating heavy anyway, quite honestly. It's like, it's too hot. Like, why are you trying to eat big meals, right? So there's that. And then, let's see. Some things I did film, some things I did not film. I am still, like I said, doing 80-20. So I don't like showing the brands, but I am having additional protein only because I'm at a stage in my life where I might be losing muscle and bone density. So I need more protein in my life. So I used to get this brand with it grass-fed. I've been trying the plant-based only because I'm starting to do more research on which is potentially better and cleaner? Is it the grass fed or is it plant based? And I think it's based on the processing. Like, yeah, is this animal grass fed, like taken care of throughout its whole life, eating clean and all this other stuff? Is it grass fed right before it was killed? So, they do that kind of stuff. Okay, they might give them corn up until the last month, and then feed them grass, and then say, oh well, we can now say it's grass fed, but I be knowing. So there's that. And then plant-based, there's drawbacks to plant-based too, but again, this is part of that 20 that I talk about. And this is like something I would take in the morning, and not even the whole thing. I would try to like get a swallow or two and just be like, let's go. I did also get pudding, again, because of the I need like some natural like proteins, collagens and stuff like that. So I got this as a replacement for ice cream. Like, I love ice cream. I do. And I do still eat ice cream. But I shouldn't be eating ice cream every day. Okay? So I made the replacement. I put that in the freezer. Frozen pudding. You don't know the difference. You really don't. Especially if you add your cacao. I do eat dark chocolate. So if you put your dark chocolate in there, you got it. I'm telling you. No different. Alright, and then let's see, I'm trying to look at other things. So I did film some things about the juice that I bought. And be careful about looking at those labels. A lot of it is from concentrate, the juices. Like, even though they'll say made from marrow, blah blah blah, but it's concentrate. That just means it was dried and stored somewhere. You don't know how long it's been stored there. That kind of thing. So I chose the juice that is 100% juice, where they took the pulp, like, again, back to that, how it was processed. They took the pulp and squeezed it out and probably drained it through too, but still nothing but the essence of the plant, right? So there's that. Okay, so I talked about all of my fresh items, and then most of my shopping was around the perimeter of the grocery store. I barely go through the aisles. I go through the aisles for my like, if I had to have a snack, here you go. Again, I'm not trying to support a company or anything right now. These are sea salt seaweed snacks, and I also want to invest more in eating more sea vegetables, because those are also good for the body as well. Sea vegetables. Okay. Then I've been eating a lot of oranges. Now, again, like I said, I would prefer to eat locally, but if I can't, then I just got to do what I got to do. So I do have oranges. They're about $6 for the bag. Those little ones. And I eat about 4 to 6 of those a day. Okay. Last time I went grocery shopping, I did get celery. I still have celery at home, and I eat that. That's also great for fiber and water. I will probably, and I had hummus with it. I did not buy hummus this time around. I did get a guacamole avocado type thing, and that's, again, a process. But it helps. I do have lots of vitamins and supplements that I take as well. I don't eat a lot of food anyway. And like I said, let's see what else is here that I did not show. I was going to get cases of water, but I noticed, and I hope you're noticing too out there as you're grocery shopping, the water containers are getting smaller, but the prices are not. Okay, please don't let these companies dictate how you consume what you need. Okay, I know, if you get a smaller container, it makes you either drink more of them, and then you got to go back to the store again, or you drink less of them and you don't get the water you need. Okay, so that is a thing. Please just be mindful about that. But yeah, I saw them and I was like, I don't want to get them because that means I have to drink more of them and I'll be back sooner. And that's not, that's not necessarily a problem. But I do know a lot of people do move. Their movements, their habits are based on what's there in the store. Don't let what you need to do for yourself be dictated by how they want to make more money from you. Okay? That is the thing. So yeah, so I'm actually going to go to another store and find the full size, the 16 ounce bottles that I'm used to. Okay? Because they're making them smaller, y'all. And there's nothing, like I said, maybe for travel, you can have them. Like I keep water back here for traveling. You never know. But at the same time, I don't want people to not get their adequate water based on the stores or the company. It's not even the store's fault. It's the companies where they know they're losing money. So what they do is they make the containers smaller. I shop by containers also. I've been doing that for years. And they make the containers smaller, but they don't change the pricing. Okay, pro tip, and that's in general. So be careful about that. Look out for that. All right, so let's see. Maybe I can just look at my receipt. So I did spend a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit shocked. But it wasn't necessarily the fruit. It was, I did buy, like I said, I bought mayo. Oh yeah, I bought mushrooms. And normally I do buy mushrooms, during the school year, but I think more people are getting into the benefits of mushrooms, and so the prices are going up a bit, making me a little sad. The wrap itself, wait, let me see if I can show you. So yeah, the flatbread wrap, it costs, because I chose not to get white flour, even though I know there's probably white flour in it anyway, so you'll see what I mean in a second. So they try to label things in such a way to trick you into thinking that you're doing all the right things, right? But the flatbread, it might have a label that says spinach on it, but I promise you, they probably have white flour in there too. And that, that's just something I just know that they'll have it. It's not going to be a pure product. Sometimes they like to razzle dazzle and make you think that you're getting something that you're not completely getting. And that's a part of what you have to do as a wellness activist. Okay, I consider myself a wellness activist. Okay, and then I also got my other health bev. So I drink kombucha. So I was going to stop during the summer. I was like, wait a minute. As I continue to go back and do my research on kombucha, it helps in so many ways. So I hope when I finish remodeling in my kitchen, I can set up a way for me to make my own kombucha, because it would be cheaper, definitely. I already know people who make their own, so I can easily go get what is called the mother, and yeah, be done. But for now, I still have to go to the store and buy them, because I'm, like I said, now the breakdown when it comes to during the school year, I still meal prep my lunches, but I do a food service for my dinners. And because I also still practice intermittent fasting, I don't get 7 meals a day from the food service. I only get 4. Okay? And that costs me about $50 for 4 meals a week. Okay? When you do the math, yeah, that's $200. But then 4 times, 4 is 16? 16 meals for $200, and they're supposed to be like good, healthy, quality food meals. If you break it down the other way, let's just go the other way, because some people get scared at seeing that $200. Think of it this way: 4 meals, $50; 2 meals, $25; 1 meal, $12.50. Okay, 1 meal, $12.50. When you order out, how much money are you spending? And then you still don't know if that's quality food, right? If you go order out for lunch every day, wherever you work. I have coworkers who they do DoorDash every day at lunch and it gets delivered. You know, how much money are you spending that way? Do you see? So thinking ahead, like I said, I meal prep my lunches, but then I, do food service for the dinners. I don't do much for breakfast. I got my fruits and my veg. Those are my, that kind of thing. So that's what happens when we really sit down and think about we're eating for nourishment, not just to make your stomach stop growling. When we are in that state, most times I can go more into hydration. You're probably thirsty more than hungry, but most people confuse that with hunger. And then they end up eating more than they probably should be eating because I'm like, oh, I'm starving. It's like, no, drink some water. Hydrate yourself. So, yeah. So, when we are nourished better, we make better choices. And that includes the food that you eat and shop for. I mentioned the spices. A lot of times people don't want to eat for their health because they're like, it doesn't taste good. They didn't learn how to spice your food. I mean, that's all I have to say to that. Learn how to put spices in your food. There are healthy spices out there. There really are. And it's not salt, okay? So invest in the spices. I might do a series on spices just for that reason, because a lot of times people avoid eating healthily because they're scared it won't taste good. It's like, okay, they've already trained you to eat based on your tongue and to eat sugar, fat, salt. How is that working for you? Okay? Sugar, fat, salt. The fat, depending on what it is, might be good for you, but table salt, no. Sugar, not so much. So you tell me, how bad do you want it? You want to be a little red hen, or do you want to be waiting around until the doctor says, all right, you got blah, 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 because you've not been eating well. So pick your poison. That's all I got to say on that one. All right, so yeah, so some of the condiments cost a little bit more. And then the superfoods that people are starting to get hip on, it's like I have a love-hate relationship. So I did buy some sweet potato waffle fries, and normally my mother, she grows sweet potatoes. Okay, so I mean, eventually I'll be able to get some on my own. I probably should have just got some slips from her and start growing some here in the city. But yeah, the sweet potatoes, the cauliflower, all of those things that are healthy, they're going up in price too, because more people are paying attention to them. And I say bravo to that, but also know how to make your own. Know how to make your own, because y'all out here trying to, So yeah, that's what I do. That's pretty much my that and the I also like trail mix. That's also a great fast way to get some quick, if your stomach is growling and you are hydrated, get some trail mix. All right. Yeah, so that's my grocery list, and it costs about $80. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of pricey, but either pay now or pay later. That's usually what I say. And then there's baby steps. You can baby step your way into this, so I just say take care and eat well.